What's up, everyone? Sag here. With the Golden Pack finally released, I wanted to go over the roadmap. What is in store for Super Auto Pets? So, if you go to the Super Auto Pets Discord, um, you can see right here, you've got the rules, game news, beta news, all this, and you go down to roadmap, and right here, it's actually been out for a while, December 9th, 2022. I haven't really seen too many people talk about it, so I thought I'd make a video going over what's in store for Super Auto Pets. This is a list of features that we are currently working on. They are presented in random order and are all at very different stages that have been guesstimated and are progressing at an inconsistent pace. Last updated 9th of December 2022. Okay, at least they're Arcuni is straight up with it. So, if we go to here, new pet art, all turtle and puppy pack pet art will be redesigned and star pack cleaned up. The goal is to create own art style while retaining the old feel. There's an option to toggle the old pet art. That's really nice. The option to toggle, I feel like it doesn't really take away from anything. It only adds. And we've seen a few people, I know Scooty mainly has talked about the art changing. Most of the art honestly looks pretty good. The only thing that people were really skeptical about was Turtle, because it's kind of like the face of the game, so it's kind of weird to change it. But overall, I think this is really nice. Getting all of the art to look like how the new pets are, I think will be really good. And you can see they're 90% done with that. So new unicorn pack. I'm super excited for this new fantasy themed pack that has fantasy creatures like unicorns, hydras, and drop bears. 30% done. This is going to be cool. I have been wanting them to do more like outside the realm of reality. This is awesome. I'd love to see this. You know what I would also like to see are some plants. Now, you may argue with me that, the game is mostly animal based, and while you are correct, it just says Super Auto Pets. Can't you have a plant as a pet? I know we're getting into like semantics at this point, but I feel like, we could have some pets like a Venus flytrap or something. That sounds cool. Like that could be potentially a pet. So I'm really excited for this though. 30% done. So we've got a little bit of waiting to do, but it's going to be great. Multiple untimed versus games. Versus will be changed so you can have multiple untimed games going on at the same time. 0% done. This sounds a little weird. I think I had a message in here. Yes, I did, because a lot of people were kind of confused. I was like, try not to be that guy. But I feel like what most people would want is spectator mode and being able to kick people out of their versus lobbies. And then Arcuni responded me very, very kindly. Lobbies where you can see and kick other players is going to be part of it. So I like that. Basically confirming our suspicions. So it is more than just this. They're going a bit more into it. And all of the details are here if you want to come to the roadmap and see all of the threads. Because clearly a lot of people are talking. 42, 553. It looks like people are kind of excited about this. People wanting lore, it looks like. Right here, new boss mode. This also sounds really cool. Fight against handcrafted bosses that are known before you enter battle. State prototyping. So this is super early on in development. Clearly hasn't started at all. But I think this will be really cool. It will add some type of new aspect to the game. You don't have to play arena. You don't have to play versus. This will sort of be, PvE. You get to play against other computers, or you get, let me rephrase that. I'm not a computer. You get to play against a computer. New arena hard difficulty. I saw this, and while I did get slightly more erect, at the same time, my sack shriveled up completely. Choose a new toy with a negative effect at every odd turn. The toys work like a negative pet abilities and 90% done. So they're very close to finishing this as well. And while, yes, this is going to be really, really cool to have like a new, harder way to play, now you don't have to have like self-imposed challenges. You can just pick the difficulty, which I know me and Grounded Sap have been super heavy on. Like, you could just add so many little things to the game that will make the replayability that much higher, and this is one of those things. I'm really glad to see that. New mascot customization. Put a human avatar on the field to cheer on your team. State 10% done. Um, Not horrible. I mean, of course, you choose whether or not you have it. I think any customization options are good, as long as they aren't forced on the player to be there. So I like it. Ranked 1v1 versus, a new option for versus where you can track your progress to become the very best there ever was. State 0% done. When this comes out, I will be playing it. I will probably get super, super into ranked 1v1s. I'm probably going to start sweating hard. That, like, haven't really wanted to get into like the ranked modes on SAP Dojo and whatnot. Like, while yes, it is a nice community and that's good and all, it's a lot of work to have to go to the Discord, find somebody who wants to play, set it all up, stuff like that. I want to just be able to click it and go, have my statistics tracked, and just, you know, have it all very simple. So when this comes out, I'm gonna go heavy on it. I'm gonna see how good, we can get at ranked versus. I think we can get pretty high up there. In ranked versus, it's a little odd, I'll say, because you have the turn 5 lottery, which is very, very big in 1v1s. So I don't know if that's going to be addressed before then, but state 0% done, they've got a lot of time. More backgrounds and hats, ongoing work that will never stop. Beautiful. Small Turtle Pack revamp. We are currently working on adding some more spice to the Turtle Pack and to the game in general. Specifically, we are looking at the level up reward system and shop size. State unknown. Okay, so about this right here, I have talked to a few of the people in the SAP dojo. One that really comes to mind is Snixer. He's got like a whole book basically on the state of the game, the state of versus in general, even the state of arena, of how the level up reward system is too good. It's just always amazing to save those level ups, to take that disadvantage early, to save all these level ups for later. And that's how the game has always been, especially since in the beginning, when forcing fish was so optimal that you could do nothing in the game but just find fish and win. It was that simple. And to a degree, that is still a thing. Like, you can still do it, but it is not as consistent. Um, and then shop size. I theorized that potentially, what if, we make the level up rewards, slightly worse in a way. It's mostly by reducing the power of certain pets that, are able to gain stats super quickly, because stats are king. They've always been king. So pets that have amazing stat gaining abilities, like Buffalo, for example. This was like a really talked about one. It's a 4/4. It is almost always a pickup, like always, because you can keep it for the entire game and it gains stats very quickly just by playing. So why are its stats 4/4? It favors in buying a Buffalo every single time. There's never not a time you're on turn 5 and you don't buy Buffalo. And then you have something to compare it to, we'll just say Lobster. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Since it was nerfed back to a 3/3, it used to be a 4/5, competing with Buffalo basically in stats. Nerfed back to a 3/3, and now, you kind of can't use it for that long anyways. Why are its stats so low if it is a pivoting pet? The game really, really wants you to push towards pivoting. So you don't keep all those early levels. You don't keep all the level 3 tier 1s, the level 3 tier 2s, look for bison, stuff like that. The game wants to promote pivoting. So you would make these pivoting pets much, much more powerful, as opposed to the stat gaining pets like penguin, monkey, buffalo, giraffe, and so on. Yeah, that was a mouthful. But if you want to read any of this, come in here to the roadmap. Go into the SAP dojo. I believe there's even more. I can't remember where. Oh, one more thing. If you did want to read Snixer's balance changes suggestions. He goes over it in incredible detail, along with a lot of other people in the SAP dojo. A lot of thoughts included in there. You go to here in the SAP dojo, go to community, sort by meta, and then scroll down a little bit. You see here recommended game balance changes. Click here, and Snicksir has changed his name to Sick Sir. So that's good and all. And then, scroll all the way up. There's a lot of people been talking about this, 283 messages. But if you go all the way up, there should be I believe it's Google Drive of all of the changes. Yeah, Google Docs. And it's a really great read. If you're very interested in like the ins and outs of Super Auto Pets, read this. You will find it very interesting, and I agree with most of the takes. Some of them I don't, namely the level up system. I think there's a better way to go about this than just straight up like making level ups cost 5 gold or whatever, because I think that was one of the suggested changes. Instead of the level up costing 3 gold, make it 4, make it 5. And I don't know, that feels kind of bad. But yeah, go over here and look at that if you so choose. But there's so much information, so many people talking about all this stuff, and I hope you're as excited as I am. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and you know what, have a wonderful day.